Call Haloyim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you Akim who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith who learn in sincerity. It's your brother Kanan, and this will be a really short one, straight to the point. I don't care. Okay, this the cruel leader of Babylon, DJT, aka reincarnated Nero. Look up Nero. Okay, brought down Rome, responsible for the fall of Rome, responsible for the spiritual fall of Egypt, spiritual fall of Babylon the Great, spiritual fall of Rome today. Okay. Thank you, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, for keeping it 100 with the blueprint that you gave to your prophets. Okay, only to the prophets. All right, on this side, to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 and the 1/3. That's who was meant to get it. The rest of the people could stay asleep. Okay, because ultimately that's what's gonna happen. This is, I don't care. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Copyright. I am not selling a product. This is strictly educational purposes.
I read a story today that I'm desperate to make a deal. If I was desperate, he'd be the first to know. Let's get the hell out of there. I'm the opposite of desperate. I don't care. I want to know. In fact, we have other targets we want to hit before we leave. We're hitting them on a daily basis. They said yesterday that we weren't negotiating with them, and now they admit that we were negotiating with them. So they want to make a deal. The reason they want to make a deal is they have been just...
Now, if you've been keeping up at all, doing your own research, Iran does not give a fuck. They're full gloves off. They're going in. They're not negotiating with this man. They've been mocking him. They quoted The Apprentice. You're fired. They said you're fired. Your family's fired. Okay. The spiritual Babylonians are calling for his son Baron, Tiffany, his daughter, and Eric, since the age has now been raised to 42, to enlist. Okay. All right. You're going to send these boys off to be shark bait. The same thing that spiritual Babylon that Esau did to our people, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. Okay. What goes around comes around, full circle. Let's get it. This is Obadiah. One chapter. I'm starting at verse 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Now, what is pride? Pride goes right before destruction. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. And what's that? Their habitations. What is DJ Trump? The king of high risers. At least that's what he wants to be. All right. Whose habitations is high. Once again, the king of high risers. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This pride, arrogant, boasting man. One more time.
I read a story today that I'm desperate to make a deal. If I was desperate, he'd be the first to know. Let's get the hell out of there. I'm the opposite of desperate.
And as you see, this man is not white. He has a white shirt on. And he's a bad example because he's self-tanned orange. But even under that, you still see his skin is red. Okay. This is the man Edom, Esau, his people, his descendants that the Bible speak of as the evil. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. All right. Temporarily. So let's get back to this Obadiah. Okay. I'm going to come down to 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? Okay, his secrets, okay? All the men of confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, that have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread. So those who work deals out with this country, okay, with these people, have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And as once again, the Lord said that he would set this up. Okay, here we go. 8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah? Who? Saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. even destroy all the wise men out of Edom. That's why you left with this fucking buffoon right here. Prime example.
I read a story today that I'm desperate to make a deal. If I was desperate, he'd be the first to know. Let's get the hell out of there. I'm the opposite of desperate. I don't care.
He does not care about these soldiers that are going to be sacrificed. Go look up Jesse Van Tour, the ex-wrestler, telling you the difference between the rich and the poor. How the rich get to evade every situation they start, where the poor is fed, like, once again, bait. Okay? And in this situation, they will be. Iran is ready and prepared for the situation that they're going through. They're not backing down. Okay, so you don't care, they don't care. But who will be caring? The mothers and fathers, the wives of these men that's going off, and the daughters that are going to go off as well. They're going to care. All right? So once again, Yahweh Shem Yahushai said he will destroy the understanding out of the Mount of Edom. Okay? Yes, which is government. And the mighty men, Otiman, what's that? That's their scientists, shall be dismayed to the ends that every one of the Mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Now, this is a promise from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And here's the point, okay? Because we're here, it's 2026, and we're at the end of Edom's rulership. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And thou shalt be cut off forever. And you know, we just came out of that no kings protest, and that's what they was saying. Shame. You're hearing that word all across the world now. Shame. So once again, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not a man that he can lie, and every word that he told us is coming to light, and this prophecy is being unrevealed. Okay, it's been revealed. Salaki has been revealed. And it's playing out perfectly. These scriptures do not lie. Okay. And no book can be her mate. All right. So with that, I pray that this was edifying. Once again, he don't care. Shalom.